kids? How's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening? December 26th, the day after Christmas, 2018. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I know me and Miss Lily did. Well, about as wonderful as you could be sitting there on the boat by ourselves, but it was all right. It was all fine. It was good. It was doing what we needed to do to move forward in life, and so that's always a good thing, working the plan. Hey, Armco84, how you doing? Good evening, Don. How are you this evening, sir? Glad to see all you guys rolling in. Oh, man. I'm tired already. Ah. Hi, dog. Hi there. Hi there. Anyhow, been a good day today. Been a good day yesterday. It was kind of weird taking a day off from the YouTube channel. You know, I haven't done that in a long time. So it's just sort of weird not sharing stuff with everybody, but it is what it is. So I needed a day off. Christmas was a good day to take a day off, and it was nice. It was just kind of nice. Oh, sorry, my ears are like clearing, like I don't know, for some reason all of a sudden my ears had to pop. Like I was going up or down in elevation, which I'm not. Hey Pilot, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Did you have a Merry Christmas? Did you? Huh? Did you have a Merry Christmas, Doc? What? Did you? What are you up about? There's nobody outside. It's quiet out there. It's just us and the people on YouTube. Do you say hello to the people on YouTube? No? Alright. Well, anyhow, she hears some people talking out there. What's going on? Hey, Ed. How you doing, man? Nice to see you here. So, pretty good Christmas day. We went over to the Christmas potluck and had a pretty good time over there. Met some new folks and socialized with a lot of people, and I was kind of surprised at the number of people that wished me a Merry Christmas that I have no idea who they were. A lot of people came up and said, "Hey, Carl, Merry Christmas," and I guess that's sort of the thing about YouTube. A lot of people watch the channel and they know who I am, and someone's playing with her chew toy. Get back. Get back. I don't want you knocking into me with that right now. Go lay down. Go lay down. There we go. Anyhow, so we went over and we enjoyed that for a little while. Got to meet some new folks and talk to them. Hey, Jared, Merry Christmas. Hey, Steve Garrity, 22 and a half. Merry Christmas, all you guys. Merry Christmas, Steve. Merry Christmas, Jared. So, they needed name tags there. Yeah, they really did, you know. They really did. That would be a good idea, because I don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody at all. In fact, I didn't know anybody at the Christmas party. There wasn't a single person there that I recognized. But you know, I'm always a pretty loud, outgoing person, so I just kind of introduced myself around to different people. Had some good conversations. Talked to one fella about hunting and stuff. He was from Wisconsin. Had a good time with him. Spoke to another couple from England. It was nice to hang out with them for a little bit. It's a really sort of an international affair here. People from all over the world. Hey, Austin, how you doing, man? Merry Christmas. So it was a real nice party. It was a real nice party. I went ahead and flew the drone, but you know, I tried to be respectful of other people and not be intrusive into the festivities. So I walked off away from everybody and then took off from there and kept the elevation up pretty high so that people weren't bothered by the noise of the drone and whatever. And I shot some pictures and stuff around. Didn't really get much, didn't really get great stuff. I was going to do more, but there were so many kids and stuff running around, and I don't like to film children, so I didn't. And I ended up getting actually into a conversation with a fella today on the net. Apparently they've designated themselves as the community photographer or what have you, and they got on there and asked if there was anybody that didn't want pictures of their children shown, because they were going to publish some pictures. And there was a couple people that said, yeah, I don't want my kids shown, don't want my kids shown. So I mentioned to them that it's just not just a bad practice to be, you know, showing children you know, without parents' permission and consent. It's just bad practice. Not in today's day and age. You know, there's just too many sick, demented people out there these days that you just gotta have a certain amount of you know, restraint and be a bit conservative. So I know. So I shot some drone, came back to the boat early and worked. I pretty much just worked most of the day. Did a lot of real estate work, compiled a new database for my real estate business, which was pretty interesting, and just sort of worked. Hey, Chief Hasbin, how you doing, guy? Merry Christmas. Hey, Andy, Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope everybody's doing good there. I hope you guys are, actually, you know, just Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you guys all had a great holiday. So, Miss Lily and I had a very productive holiday. We got to hang out and socialize with some folks, meet some new people, but we also got a lot of work done. I did I compiled a list. Hey, Bill, how you doing, neighbor? Enjoyed that visit yesterday, Bill. That was really pleasant surprise coming over. I appreciate the beer and whiskey, my friend. I owe you one, so I'm going to have to reciprocate here pretty soon. But right now I don't have any beer or whiskey, so I'm going to have to wait till I get some money coming in, and then I'll reciprocate. But anyone else buffering, or is it just my pooter? Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't see any indication of buffering on my end, so it may be you, Andy. You might refresh. Good here. All right, good deal. So anyhow, we got a lot of work done. You owe me nothing but more smiles. Hey, all the time, my friend, all the time. The potluck was good. It was very nice. So, Bad Wolf says he's buffering. Chief's not buffering. Okay. Huh. Anyhow, it was a good time. It was a good time, and then as you just heard me say, then Bill came over afterwards, brought over some really good whiskey and some beer, and we sat and visited for a little while here on the boat, which was a real pleasant surprise. So anyhow, just a nice day today. So yesterday that was yesterday, and then today I just sat down, knuckled down here down below and worked, compiling a list of properties for my real estate business, and it was sort of interesting. I came upon some fairly interesting statistics by working on my list today, like the average property that had been on the market but expired. So it's safe to assume that these are slightly overpriced properties, inflated prices. I mean, if a property comes on the market and doesn't sell, price is usually some function of that not selling. Anyhow, so but with that said, the median, the average price of the properties that I've looked at since I've been here, working on expireds, is just right at $1 million. It's just like, you know, $500 short of $1 million was the average price that those properties were listed at. So, and I also know that statistically in this market, that properties sell on an average, at least on the last year, they sell usually on an average of 92% of asking price. So, you know, that tells me that the median price property in this area is going to sell for, you know, upwards of $900,000. $850,000 to $900,000 maybe is the median. That's the average, not the median, but the average house that sells here. And so, you know, my end on that's 3%. So that's, you know, the average commission's like $27,000 to $30,000, which is just, you know, the one side of it, 3%. So anyhow, reinforced my thinking and keeps me very much optimistic. So I worked on developing that list. I do need to raise some money. I need money for envelopes and stamps. And since I have a fella who is doing a match between now and New Year's, he's going to match up to $500. Any donations are going to be matched dollar for dollar up to $500 between now and New Year's. So jump on that if you guys can and help out. I need to get some marketing done to further my business. So with that said, let me jump back in the chat and see what I missed. We good. Okay, sounds up and down also, huh? Yep, thank you, School of Science. Had a nice Christmas. Hey, Martin, Merry Christmas. Hey, Carl, you saying there are sick, demented people in the world? How would you know? Okay. We were not talking about business. Well, I'm not sharing any specific details that would be. But you're right, Andy. You're right. Yep. 93% must be high demand to live there. There is. Yes, there is. Space in the Keys is very, very limited. There's very little land here, and and there's a lot of people that want to live here. So the result is that the land is expensive. So. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Linda. Anyhow. Oh, the economy is in a slump. Too many signs are showing now. Really? Wow. That's exactly the opposite of everything I'm hearing. The economy is not in a slump. The economy is doing fairly well right now. In fact, the Fed's just announced a interest rate hike. So yeah, the economy is booming right now. The Fed's just announced an interest rate hike, which as a realtor has a big impact in me, because as they make borrowing money more expensive, fewer and fewer people can afford to buy the properties that they want to buy. And they're talking about a 0.25% increase. And they're talking about doing like 2 or 3 other increases in the next year as a tool to stem off anything going on with that. So yep. So Martin Hill, I'm sorry, Carl, that was a joke. We've been stalked by sick dementia. Oh yes, yes, yes. Well, Martin, yeah, I just am trying to not go there, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm just trying not to go there. So, economy is good for the wealthy, not so much for the rest of us. Okay. Hey, Coyote, how you doing, brother? Good to see you here. President surprised the troops in Iraq today by visiting. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good on him. Good on him. Anyhow, so we had a good day on the boat. I just spent the last 2 days, most of Christmas Day and today, mostly doing real estate work. Nothing exciting, nothing sexy. Just doing real estate work and focusing on business. So, not a lot to report on that aspect of things. Windy here in the harbor today. Very windy, raining. We were supposed to get more rain than we did. I got drizzled on a little bit when I took Lily ashore this morning, but we really didn't get nearly the rain that I thought we would have. But the boat's been kind of bouncing around in the harbor all day today. So stock market jumped almost 1,100 points today. Wow. Huh. Yeah, well, when the Dow is at, yeah, I figured that's what you meant, points, yeah. U.S. government at war with itself. I guess that could be said. That could be true at almost any time. I mean, that's our government system is designed for it to be at war with itself. It works best when it is at war with itself. That's why we have 3 branches of our government. You know, you've got the anyhow. Economy is not booming. A good reference for it. My dad cat when. Cat is slow, the economy isn't so long after. I'm burnt out on politics. Yep, I am too, man. I am too. I don't want to hear about it. So, said the orange one, dark, 43,000 gallons of Diet Coke in past years and has rotted his brain. She may be correct, sir. Okay, let's get out of the politics conversation and move on to other stuff, I guess. So that was weird. I don't know. I mean, there just really isn't a lot that I'm going to talk about right now because, like I said, I've been working on real estate stuff, and I really don't want to go into too much detail, except that, you know, I'm pretty jazzed about how things are developing there. One light's having problems, so. Oh, back to the lobster pot. Yeah, so you're working on a lobster pot. That's what I understand. I was reading the regulations. I don't know if you saw this. Where did I put it? Yeah. Over at the marina office, Bill, did you see this thing they have over there, the regulations for lobsters? I didn't see anything in there about recreational trapping. There's commercial trapping, but I didn't see anything in recreational trapping. So I was going to try to do some more homework on that and see what was going on. There was not much going on in Marathon yesterday, except that we had a pretty nice little potluck that went on for a long time. So I've had my basket, and I'm looking on the lid. I'm looking on the lid with the funnel. Oh, you're working on the lid with the funnel. I think that's what you meant, right? Yeah, houses are selling here just fine, Dead Wolf. Not a problem. My fishing license includes lobster fishing and trapping. Yeah, but mine includes lobster fishing, but I don't know about lobster trapping. I'll have to, I don't know. I'll have to look that up more. Do some more homework on that. I gotta check the lobster regulations, because if I could trap lobsters, that would be, I would want some lobster pots, if I could put out lobster pots and get some lobsters that way. But I don't know. I have to do more homework on that, because the lobster season here is, I mean, it's like, you know, it's like half the year is lobster season here. So, and lobsters are, of course, one of my favorite foods, and maybe I would have more success catching lobsters than I've been catching shrimp, because I haven't caught any shrimp. But as Bill said, my shrimp trap's got 2 big openings on it. Sure won't catch any shrimp in the trap you have now. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think the netting on it, that's what I've been saying all along. I think the netting is too big for the shrimp here. For the shrimp that we caught up in Alaska, it was fine, but for shrimp down here, it's too large of a net. So, how do you fish for lobster, Carl? Well, there's 2 techniques that are used here in the Florida Keys. You can dive down and grab them by hand netting them, or you can put out a lobster trap and trap them that way. So, lobsters never quit growing. That's what I understand. Yeah, they continue growing forever. Well, until they die. But yeah, they molt on a regular basis and shed off their shell. But you know, I've done a lot of scuba diving, and I don't think I've ever seen a lobster shell that was shed. I don't think I've ever seen a shed. Seems to me with all the lobster shedding, you would find more sheds. I've never seen a lobster shed in the wild. So there's also bull netting for lobster from a boat. Yes, you can do that too. Although, I think there was something about bull netting. I think they said something about Monroe County. You can't do that in Monroe County. That's for all season. Bull netting. Here you go. Bully netting is using a circular frame attached to a tight angle at the end of a pole and supporting a conical bag of webbing. Possession of bully nets is prohibited in the Everglades National Park. Well, it says Everglades National Park. It doesn't say Monroe County. So apparently you can't bully net inside the Everglades. There's also hoop nets, and you can't hoop net in the Everglades. I knew I saw that it was limited where you couldn't do it somewhere. So I guess you could do it here in Monroe County, but not in the Everglades. Do you ever do videos on diving? Yes, I do. Actually, in fact, I plan on doing a whole lot more along that line. I just have to get some other things organized before I'm going to be able to do much with it. So, thank you, Pilot. Appreciate that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a lot of underwater video. But right now, I've got to get my dive gear back together so I could do that. So, yeah, they'll be coming, Bad Wolf. They'll be coming. I had to sell my dive gear. I needed the money last year, and so I sold my scuba diving gear. So until I get new dive gear, I won't be able to do much with it. John Stratton says, I was ticketed in Sugarloaf Key for catching lobsters with scuba gear on. Really? So you can free dive for them, but you can't scuba dive for them. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I've got to do more homework on the regulations of what you can and can't do. So. Bull net is a long handled net with a net ring at a 90-degree angle from the handle. Okay. Well, I was just reading what it said in their little flyer. That's it says right in there about bully netting. I was just reading that. That's just what I was going on. So, oh man, there's already been 9 similar increases in the past 5 years in Fed interest rates, so it's nothing new. Good, you had a nice Christmas. Well, thanks, Abe. Yeah, thanks, Abe. Yeah, no, the Fed raises interest rates on a regular basis. It's one of the tools that the Fed uses to monitor and help direct the economy, to stave off inflation and to control economic growth. When the economy starts getting too robust, they kick the interest rates up a couple of points just to keep things more stabilized. So, well, yeah, the interest rates are constant, in a constant state of flux, up and down all the time. There you may get a face mask and snorkel and do some lots of that. Yep. Yeah, I have free dive gear. So I'm gonna look at that. I just haven't gotten out and done it yet. Unfortunately for me right now, it's not been a priority. Most of my focus, and I'm like, 80% of my focus right now is getting my real estate business kicked into high gear. I really need to get that going and start generating some income. But, as I was talking to Bill the other day, once I get one transaction under the belt and I've got some money in the bank and take the pressure off a little bit, one average transaction in this real estate market will fund my living expenses for a year. So once I get the first transaction under my belt, well, then I'll be able to relax a little bit more and start doing some other things. But right now, until I have that income come in, that is 100% my focus. So one of the YouTube channels I watch is about flying, is taking delivery of a brand new plane tomorrow live. Well, cool, pilot. That's awesome. Hey, Ian, what's up, man? How you doing? So, anyhow, just as a reminder, guys, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but, we're always trying to raise money, and I've got some things I got to take care of right now with getting my marketing and stuff and real estate stuff going. So I have a fella matching any donations to my PayPal, paypal.me/Carl Brook. Anybody that donates to my PayPal tonight, he'll match dollar for dollar up to $500. So if you get a chance to hit the PayPal up, please do so. We could really use the funds right now. Stunning stuff you could do in film and make money on YouTube. Yeah, I'm working on it, Bad Wolf. I'm working on it. Back to talking about business. Yeah, I know. Well, that's all I did today, Andy, so it's hard for me to talk about anything else today. There's nothing new and exciting. I'm trying to, frankly, I'm trying to tap dance here a little bit and let you guys know what I've been doing. I sat down here in the cockpit of the boat, used my phone and my computer to access the internet and compiled a database. I mean, that's what I spent most of today doing. It was, look at one listing, copy paste, name, address, price, MLS number, and compiling a database of the properties that I want to have as part of my my farm work. So I know that's not sexy fishing, sailing kind of conversations to have, but it's the reality of what I did today. So that's all I can talk about at the moment. So Nico's Wing, new Cirrus Turbo. Huh, cool. Very cool, pilot. That's awesome. So since that is all I've really got to talk about, I don't know, unless you guys have a particular topic you'd like me to cover today. There's really not been anything real exciting. We had a really nice Christmas. We went to the potluck. There really wasn't anything particularly interesting at the potluck. Like, nothing dramatic happened. It was kind of a pretty, stable, usual kind of thing. I don't know. It's all in the data mining. That's what I've been doing, Bad Wolf. I've been data mining. So, doing great. Just getting ready for bed. A customer called and needs me to haul some machines into the bush. Well, there you go, Ian. Cool. Do a little ice road trucking, huh? 9:15 CST AM. Okay, cool. New Year's Eve. Actually, we're going to have we're going to have a little cocktail party on New Year's Eve at the Tiki Hut. Going to have what do they call it? I don't know. What do they call it when you go in and they have drinks marked down low early in the evening? What do they call that? You go into a bar and the drink. I don't know. Whatever it is. We're going to have drinks at the Tiki Hut on New Year's Eve. People are going to meet up there and hang out and drink together, and so I don't know. I don't have anything to drink right now. Happy hour. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Happy hour. Thank you. Yep. So we're going to have happy hour over at the Tiki Hut, and that's going to be about it. So Andy, no, I did not take Lily to the potluck. She's just too she's just too gregarious. She's just too over the top, and you know, there'd be no way for me to be able to handle her and visit and meet with people and have something to eat. She's just constantly running around, bouncing up and down, trying to jump up on people. She's too disruptive. So no, she did not go to the potluck. She's not good in those kinds of settings. She's a little too wild for that. So she spent that time on the boat, but I was only off the boat for maybe 2 hours during that. So it's not like she was, you know, by herself for very long. So don't get too festive, big guy. I bet you a handful at the club. I don't go to clubs, so no, I'm not a handful at the club. So we'll make sure you're all spruced up for the tiki party. Actually, I kind of spruced up for the Christmas party. I put on a nice a floral shirt and my jeans, long jeans and nice shoes, and you know, I thought I looked fairly respectable, not like the usual boat bum that I am. So, but that's all right. So it's almost happy hour there. There you go. Yeah, it was past happy hour here. That should have been a couple hours ago here, but we're just drinking our seltzer water. Keeping things on the down low right now, so. Oh, man. But the Christmas party was kind of nice. A lot of people brought wine and beer to that, and they shared and stuff, which was kind of nice. I didn't share on any of it, but people were offering it and what have you. Pretty good mix of different stuff. A lot of people made stuff and brought it. One guy brought some jambalaya, which was pretty cool. Other than that, it was just kind of the usual kind of stuff. You know, it was pretty good. I did have a slice of some mango key lime pie. That was pretty awesome. I don't know who brought the mango key lime pie, but that was a good pie. It's always happy hour. 420. I didn't meet a lot of new people, but I did meet some. Down low. Yeah, I met some new folks. I actually went over there. I was kind of hoping to meet one of my neighbors here. Her son was given a drone for Christmas, and I was going to try to meet up with them and show him, you know, how to fly his drone and show him my drone and kind of use my drone to teach him how to fly. But they never showed up. So, in fact, I noticed as I had packed up and was in my dinghy coming back to the boat, I noticed they were finally going the other direction after the potluck was just about over. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next time. So, what did I bring? I was bad, Andy. I was very bad. I didn't bring anything. I had something delivered. I was talking with another guy. We were sort of kidding about the movie. Christmas Story. I think Christmas Story was the movie where they were going around and what they ended up with Christmas dinner was eating Chinese food. So I was going to bring corn. To be honest with you, I was going to bring corn. And I'm glad that I changed my mind because there was a bunch of different people that had corn there, like 4 different types of corn, succotash or whatever. So yeah, that was me. I out the Chinese food from Panda House, Bill. That was what I brought. Pork fried rice and some egg rolls. I had pork fried rice and some egg rolls delivered, and some sweet and sour chicken, because I just had no way of cooking the corn and bringing it over there. I had no vessel. I'm not equipped with any kind of vessel for a potluck. I don't have. I had no way of heating it up and then keeping it warm to take it over there and then serving it. I don't have any of that. I mean, I'm paper plating it myself here. I've got 2 small plastic bowls and my pot set. So I just went ahead and ordered Chinese and had that delivered, and that worked out the best for me. And as you can see from Bill's response, it was really good. A lot of people like the Chinese food. In fact, I waited. There was a huge line of people when they first started eating, and I waited for the line to go down before I got up. And by the time I got up there, the only thing left was some white rice and some of the sweet and sour chicken. They'd pretty much eaten everything else of it. So what I brought went over very well. So Bill says it was good. Okay. Make sure you guys are eating your fruits and vegetables. That's how you keep from getting the rickets and scurvy on the high seas. Yeah. I eat a lot of fruit, but I don't have any right now. I'm kind of out of provisions at the moment. So there was one ham that was really smoky and good. Yeah, I think I had some of that one, Bill. That was pretty good. So Lily would have lent her bowl. I don't think so. I don't think so. Celebrate Christmas? Do they? No, the Chinese do not celebrate Christmas. That's why they're open Christmas Day. They were the only restaurant open. None of the pizzerias or any place else was open. They were only, and you know what? It was perfect. It was like right out of a page of Christmas Story. Had some Chinese food delivered, and it worked out fine for everybody. So would have been probably cheaper for me to have brought some corn over, but I literally had no way of serving the corn. I had no vessel to take it over there in, unless I would have taken one of my pots. I guess I could have taken one of my pots over there, but it wouldn't look very good. So anyhow, that seemed like it was the best thing for me to do. So lots of casseroles and desserts. Yep, that's true. So Lily, have a great Christmas. Did she get a new ball? Maybe a sweater, coat? Nope. Lily got a bunch of treats. I delved into her big box of treats that she had, and so she had a plethora of treats on Christmas Day. In fact, I was kind of surprised last night. I really thought she was going to be sick from getting all the treats yesterday, and I really expected her to throw up in the middle of the night on her bed or what have you, because she sometimes does that when she eats too much. But she didn't. She was fine through it, so I was very pleased with that. And she's been fine all day today, so apparently she ingested and digested it all just fine. But yeah, she had a lot of treats. So I hope you didn't miss Erica's cookies. I had one oatmeal raisin like cookie. That's the only one I had that was there, so I don't know if that was Erica's or not. So Christmas time, there's no need to be afraid. Afraid? Why would I be afraid? Perhaps a cheesecake or cookies. Yeah, I don't have any means of baking or cooking anything like that, guys. I do not have an oven on the boat. I have a 2-burner propane camp stove. That's all I have, is a 2-burner propane camp stove. I have no oven, and so I really have limited facilities for being able to cook stuff like that. So makes it difficult. I see that you get a couple of our no-bake cookies. Well, that'd be awesome. Okay. Yep, I would like that. So, feed the Africans by Band-Aid. Huh. Christmas, I wonder if the Vietnamese do. I don't know. Feed the world. Okay. Anyhow, so that's what we did. We had a pretty good time over there. But I wasn't over there very long. I really wasn't. I brought my drone over, brought some of my social waters over, and my plate, knife, and spoon, and fork. That was it. Pretty much it. So really kind of disappointed in myself, to be honest with you. I should have brought my other camera and a tripod, and I should have set that up and just filmed some stuff there, and I didn't. And I'm sort of kicking myself in the butt for that, but oh well. That stove would work on it for cornbread. Oh, maybe. Scrambled eggs or even pancakes on that too. Yeah, it's fine for making breakfast, but not anything that I would want to take over for Christmas, for a Christmas dinner, you know. So anyhow, it's what we did, guys. It's what we did. So, hey, dog. Oh, fine patriotic Christmas. Okay. Green corn mushroom you could have provided with corn. Yeah, I don't have that much corn. I only had a couple cans, but it's all good. That turned out to be the best way of going, and people got a kick out of it, and it was much appreciated. So, and it was all gone. It was all eaten. So, as I figured it would be, people liked it. So that's what matters. Sometimes when you go to these sort of things, you know, there's stuff there in a bowl, and you look at it, you just try to figure out what it is. You know, some of it's hard to recognize, and there was some things there that just were a little weird, you know, to my mind's eye. And I think a lot of people are that way. And so I think with the Chinese food, it was easy. People recognized pork fried rice. They recognized sweet and sour chicken. They recognized white rice sitting there. Egg rolls, certainly. And so it made it really easy for them to grab some of that because it was easily recognizable. Whereas some of the foods that were there were kind of, you know, what the hell is this stuff? So, I don't know. I use Dutch oven to make banana bread and a few other breads. Charcoal for heat. Okay, I don't have charcoal. No charcoal on the boat. Get a solar oven for what they need. Yeah, okay. For pans and oven and okay. What does the boat look like around you on the inside? Looks like a mess right now. There's the Easy Bake Oven, and he's the captain also. Okay. George Foreman grill might be. Hey, there's all kinds of things that would be nice, but I can't afford any of them right now. So, garden let-off shots from a revolver into the sky for Christmas and all day New Year's Day. Huh. All right. I did not grab any Heine. I don't have any beer right now. Charcoal on a boat's a bad idea. Yeah, it's a bad idea. No open fire on a boat. If there was some left, you might question, but when it's getting old, it was a good call. That's kind of what I was at, Andy. Yep, I figured it was a good call. So, I have vaulted ceilings. I don't know about vaulted. I can reach up and touch the ceiling. Hardly vaulted. Did an elderly gentleman drown in Bookie Harbor? Yes. Yes, actually, yeah, the Coast Guard announced that. There was an elderly gentleman that drowned on their boat Christmas Day. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. So, I think what they were saying about it, I'll see if I can find the post real quick. Let's see, I'll have to go from there to groups, Bookie. Give me a second here and I'll find the posting. So I don't give out bad information. Oh, okay. Somebody gave me a nice write-up on my videos. Nice of them. Huh. I don't know what happened to it. There was a post by the feds about a guy drowning, and now I can't find it. Oh well. I'm not seeing it in here now. Maybe it was deleted. I don't know why it would be deleted, but maybe there was just that much other stuff going on. Dog, quit. Go lay down. Get away from the... Oh, here you go. Here you go. Okay, this is from the MCSO. This is the local law enforcement here. It says, a body pulled from the water in Marathon The body of a 63-year-old liveaboard was found floating in a canal at 890 15th Street Oceanside in Marathon Monday morning. Steve Paul Churchill, formerly of Detroit, Michigan, was found by boaters at 11 a.m. Now this was yesterday at 1:34 p.m. So the guy drowned Christmas morning. At 11 a.m. his body was found. Foul play does not appear to be a factor in Churchill's death. An autopsy is pending. Investigation is ongoing. And from all the comments that I was reading about it earlier, just where people were sad about his passing, but nobody had any more information to add on to that. So yes, we did have a guy here that drowned Christmas Day. So how sad is that, you know? All right, what did I miss in the chat while I was doing that? Charcoal on land is no problem. No, not on land. You have the bananas, they say. Okay, can we get a tour? No, I'm not doing a tour tonight. I passed out over a toilet or into my tongue. Okay. Yeah, Andy, sorry about that. You're right. Troll's coming in. Okay. Sounds like murder to me, or very frunk. Yeah, I don't know, you know, or you know, it could be a suicide. I mean, Christmas Day is a big day for suicide. You got an old guy, living by himself who's depressed on Christmas Day, so he drowns himself. I mean, crazy stuff happens all the time like that. So weird that he was found up inside one of the canals, 15th Street Canal. So 15th Street opens up into Boot Key Harbor. Boot Key Harbor is sort of a big egg-shaped harbor, and then to the north there's a series of canals driving, between all the streets that constitute the road here. So 15th Street's all the way over at the very southwest end of the harbor, and his body was found up inside the canal. So he had to have been up in the canal. I don't know, maybe he went for a morning swim and had a heart attack in the middle of his swim or something. Hard to tell what happened in that situation, you know. You don't know. And so they're going to do an autopsy, and then everybody will know what happened to the guy. So I don't want to, suggest anything that may or may not be the case, but we'll see. Okay, Detroit says it all. I know pizza delivery guy in Detroit. Okay. I don't think he can swim either. Okay. D. Martin died on Christmas Day, 1995. I didn't know that. Somebody on top and not wearing a PFD, slipped over, rest is history. Yeah, you never know. I mean, I don't want to, suggest anything or jump to any conclusions about any possibilities. We'll wait for the autopsy to come out and find out what happened. But the understanding is he was found floating in the water over by 15th Street, and who knows? I guess the autopsy will tell us whether he died of a heart attack, or they can find out if he's got water in his lungs, then then it was drowning. If there's no water in his lungs and he died before he hit the water, or not much water, whatever, they'll figure it out. Whether we'll ever know the answer to that, I don't know. But yeah, kind of sad that there was a guy found dead Christmas morning. So okay, I think George Michael died on Christmas. Okay, I'm an old guy alone and enjoyed my solo Christmas. I enjoyed my solo Christmas too. I enjoyed my Christmas. I would prefer it not be solo. This light is bothering the hell out of me. These batteries, the way these things are designed, these batteries don't hold their position very well. And so if you put the light down hard, the batteries come out of alignment and it blinks. So Mercer lady in town. Yeah, I don't think it was mob related. Who knows? They'll find out. So, but anyhow, yeah, that was pretty sad, but that did go on Christmas Day. I didn't want to bring it up because it was sort of a bummer kind of thing, but none of us live forever, guys. None of us are getting out of this alive. We're all going to die at some point. So, sad that it happened, but yep, we're all going to get our turn. Every one of us. So, you're right, Ed. Anyhow, kids, other than that, there really isn't anything exciting going on. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working more on real estate stuff. So that's where my focus is right now. I got to knuckle down and work. You know, I really did not anticipate having much success with my real estate business prior to the holidays. I know traditionally during the Christmas season, a lot of people will pull their houses off the market or tell their realtor, you know, we don't want to show during the holidays because they're having family over and they're doing Christmas stuff. And, you know, so there's usually, well, everywhere, every market that I've ever been in, there's usually a lull in business that month before Christmas. So, and even this week is going to be really slow. After the first of the year, things will really pick up dramatically. So I'm not at all surprised that, you know, I haven't transacted anything yet. I knew that kind of going forward into this, but it was a good opportunity for me to get here and get things organized and get going, which I've done, still doing. But anyhow, I hope things after the first of the year we'll finally get some stuff concrete happening and start seeing some real revenue start to develop. So, how long is it going to take you to get this real estate gig up and going? Probably 6 months. In all, about 6 months, yeah. We're all just hanging by a thread. Oh, I hardly doubt that. So, just smiles at everyone. Oh, yeah, hanging by a thread. Yeah, and any of us could die at any moment. You're absolutely right, Johnny. Yeah, yep. Okay. Just smiles at everyone. I don't really think of it as much of a smile. Scowl, maybe. Not much of a smile, but I don't know. Anyhow, kids, listen, we pretty much killed off the better part of an hour here. Like I said, I've been doing real estate stuff, and that's not something I really want to be talking a lot about on the channel. So hopefully we'll have something more sailing, fishing, scuba related coming up in the next day or two. I did post some new drone videos, some boat vids, so you can check those out. I made some of those public for people to check out and see. There is a video that was uploaded to Patreon that they've now had it for a few days, so I'm going to make that public. I may do that right after this live stream. I may go in there and make that public right after the live stream, so we can go from there. Am I tired? Yes, I'm tired. Yeah, very tired. So, but in any event, that's what we're working on, and so we will have more for you guys, I guess, tomorrow. So, anyhow, remember, I've got a guy matching funds. Anybody that donates to my PayPal right now being matched dollar for dollar, up to 500 bucks. So jump in on that opportunity. Really need some funds right now. I know I always say that, but I really do. Guys, seriously, I've been hit up with a lot of big bills that I've got to get done by the end of the year. Stuff regarding my real estate business, my phone bill, the mooring ball here. Phone bill's taken care of, mooring ball is taken care of. Half of my real estate stuff's taken care of, but I still have another big real estate bill I have to have done by the first of the year. That's why I'm still pushing, trying to get funds. So I can keep my license going and keep working, because if I don't raise enough money quick enough, I got to stop working. So it's going to really screw up everything. So that's why I'm pushing on that. So if you guys can donate, that would be great. Hit up the PayPal. That would be awesome. PayPal.me/Carl Brooks. That would help. So with that said, guys, I will have more for you guys tomorrow. Be good. Be careful. There's a link in the description down below for my PayPal should you want to contribute to the adventure. Kids, we'll have more for you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.